Oh, hey guys, what's up? Just settling into my review. Thought I'd, just do things the dandy way this time, Just go with the flow, you know? Just, just chill. No, okay. Sorry about that, guys. No more goofing around. But I'm starting to get into the vibe of space dandy now that we're into episode 3, and it's a good show. It is a very good show, and I was very happy with episode 3. Now, this episode starts off with Dandy just having alien after alien of his that he's bringing to Scarlet to be checked, to make money off of, hopefully, just being rejected. Every single one he's bringing in is being rejected, and this is just like, this show is crazy, but Space Dandy. How is this your job that you do for a living, and you don't have, like, a guidebook that tells you what aliens are worth, like, money and which are just going to be rejected? Like, it seems like Space Dandy he just doesn't really get a lot of things, and I don't know how that's one of them. They spend so much time catching aliens that just are completely useless. I mean, QT at least knows enough about most things, but anyways, moving right along. Every single alien they bring is just being rejected, even a Meow that's all dressed up and tried to make look like a new type of alien. So they're completely broke, but QT has this space food, and this has traveled 10,000 light years away, and that's how they got such a good deal on it, and it was actually a 1 for 365 deal. So QT is very, very happy with this, but Dandy and Meow realize pretty quickly that it is 10,000 years best before space food, so it is likely expired, and that is shown very quickly when Dandy feeds it to Meow, and he goes completely purple. He's like foaming at the mouth, all sprawled out across the ground. So terrible idea, but QT is still pretty happy with herself or himself, herself. I don't know if it really is gendered. It's a robot, right? QT, I'm gonna say her. She thinks it's a good idea since she got such a good deal on it. So, the very next thing that happens is that Dandy pulls out his Boobies points card, and this is what's going to save the day, because they have one free trip to Boobies from all the points that they've saved up on their card. And there's a really crazy hologram of the main sort of girl from Boobies that does all sorts of crazy poses and things that tries to entice you to go to their restaurant. So it's been decided, Space Dandy's pretty happy with himself, but it turns out that their points card expires in 2.5 hours, so they have to get there, like, ASAP. So Dandy gets the warp drive into into hyperspace going, and it's not going. Apparently it's broken, so he just jams the button so many times that it forces it into warp speed, and they go flying through space like they have in every episode now, which is always awesome. And obviously their warp speed machine mishaps. They don't go to the Boobies restaurant and wind up on this wasteland planet. So they're wandering around, trying to get their bearings, trying to figure out what's going on, when Dandy hears this woman calling out for help. So obviously he's going to help her. And there's this woman, she's running from these aliens that look pretty crazy, and her design is just completely ridiculous. She has these shorts, which are like this big, that are down, like, it's, I don't know how to explain this. You can see her whole butt pretty much, and she's wearing this like thong thing, and it's just completely ridiculous. It's just completely ridiculous. So she's running away from these aliens. It's like, what is she doing? Why is she here? Obviously, Space Dandy saves her, and Meow and Space Dandy are just like, oh yeah, like, everything they say to her seems to be, hitting home, and she's just saying how she was trying to get back home after she landed on this planet too, and they're obviously believing her, even though something's up. But it's just so funny, like, Space Dandy's like fixing his hair, and so's Meow, and it's just, they're just complete idiots. So Dr. Gel's finally like found the planet that Space Dandy has gotten to, and they're about to make their attack when Gel has his assistant come to him and say that we can't do this attack. One of the most crazy, destructive, like killing aliens is on this planet. Like we cannot go here. It is a bad idea. And Dr. Gel actually listens to him, and they back off. And it's because of this. He's going through his book of all these like the most dangerous aliens of all time, and it has these crazy looking ones, and then it has this girl to a T, like her exact outfit, everything. So that's pretty funny, just seeing it in the book. So, oh, and another part, when they're running away from the aliens, the evil aliens that are trying to chase them, Danny tries to think he can save the day, and he pulls out his ray gun, and he's just firing all over the place, just missing and missing and missing. You see him making all these really cool poses with all these awesome backgrounds, like the ones I've been using in my thumbnails for these episodes so far, and it's just so funny seeing him strike all these poses, and he's like, what? Why aren't I hitting? Why aren't I hitting? Because you haven't hit anything, Danny. You haven't hit anything. So, that's pretty good. And you know that Danny's going to be in for, like, quite the battle, because he can't even hit anything with his ray gun, and now he's on this planet with this alien that's apparently the most dangerous alien of all time. It's called a Deathgarian. So, you know, this isn't going to be good. And for this part 2, where you know that the Deathgarian is an evil killer alien, and them in their ships, the parts where Meow is off in the darkness, kind of just like looking at the thing on his own, and the Deathgarian comes up, really reminded me of the episode of Cowboy Bebop, Toys in the Attic, where it was almost in homage to Alien. Now, this episode didn't do it as often because there was so much more going on in the episode, but I definitely got really heavy sort of sci-fi thriller vibes from a lot of those moments, so that was really cool too. Meow, he's playing with the little points card hologram. They're still trying to figure out a way there to get out of the planet when this Deathgarian has just reached its limits, and it transforms into this crazy, scary-looking boob monster. Like when it transforms, it looks like a way bigger part of the overall like design. They aren't so big of a deal later, but this thing is just huge. And Dandy is actually told by those aliens that he thought was chasing them before, they were just trying to talk, so they used a translator. Maybe they should have used the translator in the first place. You know, it'd probably be a good thing to do with any alien, but I guess they seemed really scary, so he uses the translator, finds out that they were just trying to warn them about this Deathgarian, but it's too late now. It's transformed, and Meow has been eaten by this thing, and Dandy and QT just run out of there. They get in their ship. They can't repair their Aloha in time, so they gotta take off in just the little Aloha. So the front part of their ship breaks off, and they just leave in that, and they're like, well, like, what about, QT's like, what about Meow? Like, we're just gonna leave Meow behind like that? And he's like, well, you know, like, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's like, didn't you leave the points card behind there for boobies too? He's like, of course I'm going back for Meow. So that's kind of messed up, but hilarious. He flies little Aloha back and transforms it into Hawaii Yankee. Yes, Hawaii Yankee, who also kind of really reminded me of, who is it? Conti from Fooly Cooly. Around like the first couple episodes, he makes a big deal, but he's in it the whole time. The little mech that's in Fooly Cooly. It really reminded me of that. So he transforms into this mech, and this crazy awesome fight starts between this Deathgarian and Hawaii Yankee, who I really hope comes back in other episodes too. And this battles are so crazy. He has his own laser guns, not really doing anything. It's so back and forth. Then they find out that he accidentally eats some of the space food when he's trying to get to Hawaii Yankee, and they realize that this 10,000 years expired space food is what they can use to win. So he takes it all and he shoves it in his mouth, and he foams at the mouth, he dissolves, the Deathgarian's been defeated. So pretty insane how where Space Dandy was missing with his laser guns in the first place, and where Dr. Gel would not even step foot on that planet because of this one Deathgarian, even with his entire fleet, that Space Dandy could take it down with Hawaii Yankee. Of course, because of the space food. And that's funny too, like, after the whole thing, all QT has to say at the end is, oh, it's a good idea we didn't throw that space food out, isn't it? It's like, oh, QT, I guess. Like, this is the one situation that would have come in handy, but Space Dandy strikes his pose with Hawaii Yankee at the end, which is amazing. So many colors, it's so great. And they finally register this Deathgarian, and it's worth something. And they get 99,000 Woolongs, and that's enough to go to boobies, so they're on their way to boobies. And it ends with QT being like, well, haven't we forgotten something? They completely left Meow. It was just really funny episode. Obviously, Meow comes back. We see him in the preview for the next episode. And it looks like the next episode's a zombie episode, so that looks like a lot of fun. So overall, just episode 2, so much better than episode 1. Episode 3 is just keeping it going. This is going to be an awesome, fun show. And I just can't wait for the next episode. So hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.